Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at people who are saved by their guts. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. When my sister and I were teenagers, we camped a lot with our parents in a state park. We almost always had a couple of our friends with us, and we weren't ugly ducklings, and we were very outgoing, so we almost attracted friends for the weekend. I tell that to say that we weren't suspicious of boys or young men who talked to us, or struck up conversations, or wanted to hang around us. We were just typical teenagers. One particular weekend, we four of us girls had been swimming in the lake and playing on the beach area for most of the day, so we decided to walk down to the bathhouse and shower. It was a busy place with probably about 6 shower stalls on one end of the building and toilet stalls on the other, with sinks and windows in the middle of where you walked in. When we walked up, there was a youngish man, early 20s maybe, standing outside the women's side of the bathhouse leaning on a rock wall. We didn't think anything of it, since we assumed he was waiting for someone who knew to come out. But the way the building was set into a hillside, the windows were at ground level outside, but higher on the wall inside. Nothing to see in the area of the windows unless someone just chose to walk through in the skivvies. As we walked in, I glanced up to see the guy looking into a window. Still not a huge deal due to the window location. Maybe he was just checking to see if his person was about to exit. We get inside, joking and laughing. One lady already inside exits and it's just us four. We head into the shower area and decide that it would be a good idea to start showering with our swimsuits on to rinse the sand and lake water out. So we all claim a shower stall and start the process. As we are showering, talking back and forth, I just got an overwhelming feeling that I needed to peek outside of my shower. As I cautiously peeked around my curtain, there stood the guy with his hand on my sister's shower curtain about to open it. I let out the fiercest yell as I lunged for him. About the same time, my sister saw his feet and did the same. Then, of course, the other two girls followed suit, not really knowing just yet what we were doing. I love it. I love it when girls have each other's backs. They were literally just finding someone and they don't even know why. That guy took off like a bat out of hell with 4 insanely brave, angry teenage girls chasing him. He jumped in a truck and took off, but dropped a big metal pipe he was carrying in the process. Then we freaked out. Park rangers and police were called, but as far as I know, he was never caught. I have no idea what made me feel like I needed to look out. I didn't hear anything except teenage giggling, singing, and laughter. But man, am I glad I followed my gut. Yo, that's scary. You know what? I think I would have the gut feeling too. Because just like you see a man outside waiting for someone, right? And then the only lady in the bathroom exits. For sure, I'll be like, I just want to see if he's gone yet. Because, who else would he be waiting for then? So I think that's what made her look out. That's what her brain was telling her, but it didn't process yet. Man, he was holding a freaking metal pipe. So he was gonna like bash the girl. Huh? That's scary. But you know what? These girls don't need to worry about anything when they're with each other. They have each other's backs. Escaped the abduction of me and my friends thanks to my gut feeling. I was at the mall with my friends, all of us, around 12 years old. It was 8 p.m. and my mum was on her way to pick me up. We were all chilling together until each of our parents got here to get us. As we're standing outside of a store near one of the side entrances, a man comes up to us. He's about 30-ish, wearing huge glasses and carrying a clipboard. The man says, "Hey guys, do you want to watch some movie trailers and answer surveys about them? I'll pay you each $5 per trailer." Naturally, my friends are all for it. The thing is, my heart dropped as soon as I heard it. As they're all saying yes, the man nods and then points to the side entrance. It's pitch black outside and that entrance leads to the back parking lot of the mall, which is always deserted. Then he says, "We can do it over there." My friends start to follow the man as he walks towards the glass doors, and I'm trailing behind them. Then, as we get close enough for me to kind of see what's outside, I notice a van parked right outside the entrance. The headlights are on, the car is running, the back doors seem to be open. Every part of my being screams, "No, don't go." I stop in my tracks and loudly say, "Guys, my mum is here to pick us all up. I don't think we have time for it." The man freezes and keeps his eyes trained on the doors, and I can see his jaw clenching tightly. My friends look at me with confusion, and I try to give them the most terrified expression of warning that I can. Thankfully, they get the message and say bye to the guy. The man refused to turn to look at us and simply began to walk outside of the mall. As we're walking away, I turn and look behind me one last time. The van and the man were gone. Yo, this person literally saved all his friends. Seriously, kids? Seriously? I thought we were all taught not to follow a stranger. This is what I'm the most concerned about. Like, what the hell? No matter how many times you teach your kids to not follow a stranger, they still do. Are you kidding me? Thank gosh this kid was smart. The best situational awareness ever. I used to date a girl who I would go see every night after I got off work. I worked until midnight. I would stay at her house until like 1 or 2 a.m. Sometimes as I left her house, she would follow me in her car and stop at a nearby all-night grocery store. I always begged her not to, but she always said she'd be fine. Sometimes I would wait in the parking lot until she came back out, then we'd go our separate ways. Sometimes I wouldn't. So one time I felt ill, so as we left, she said, just go home, I'll be fine. I always am. But for some reason, I felt like that's the night I needed to be there. She thought I went straight home. I was in the parking lot as she pulled in, but she didn't see me. As she walked in, a shady looking dude was walking out. She ignored him, but he looked back at her about 3 or 4 times. Then he gets to his truck and another guy is in there and they talk through the window for a minute, looking back at the store a couple times. The second guy gets out of the truck, gets something out of the back of it. Then they both head into the store. I couldn't be sure they were going to do anything, but hell if I was going to take a chance. I go into the store too. I see them going past every aisle and then motion to each other like Desha is. So I walk a bit faster to catch up. I turn into the aisle just as they are approaching her. They are looking at each other. From behind, I yell, hey. They both turn and so does my girlfriend. I brush by them and give them a look and say, hey guys. They nod awkwardly as my girlfriend says to me, what are you doing here? I kiss her and make up some story about wanting to buy aspirin. The 2 guys leave. I never told my girlfriend that story. I don't know why. I kind of felt like a superhero to myself. We dated about 2 more years after that. I don't know what they were going to do to with her, but it was nothing good. Wow. And this is the gut feeling that all guys should have when they're with their partners. Just a feeling to protect. But yes, for sure, they were trying to do something. They're acting so freaking sus. They were talking at the truck, motioning at the store, looking through every aisle to just find her, and then they're walking towards her. Yeah, suspicious. And then they left after they realized her boyfriend came. Yes, suspicious. But girl, seriously, grocery shopping at 1 a.m.? Hello? This girl's not scared of anything. I mean, it is kind of sad that we have to be like more alert at night because, you know, but man, because we know what the world is like, it's best that you don't go grocery shopping after like 12 a.m. I mean, even for guys, that's a bad time to be shopping because you can get robbed, etc. Right? Sorry, some people have no fear. Not my life, but my cat's. I had a cat who loved getting into things and hiding. Drawers, cupboards, the fridge, anything that was small and dark, she loved it. One day I was doing laundry and I tossed everything in the dryer, shut the dryer door and pressed the button. It was one of those that takes a minute to start. Something didn't feel right. I thought maybe I forgot to add dryer sheets or something. I turned off the dryer, opened the door, and out pops my cat. Like, haha, you found me. Totally oblivious to what was about to happen. Ever since then, I always double check before turning on any appliance. Freaking hell, that's so scary. She was just chilling in the dryer all along. She was just sleeping. Man, this is why always gotta shut every door tightly because cats, they just love squishing into anything they can. When I was little, I was in a store with my mum. I was walking pretty closely behind her. Then a couple in the aisle over whispered to me to get my attention. I walked over but kept my distance and they tried to get me to come closer and bribed me with candy. I had a gut feeling they were trying to lure me and ran as fast as I could back to my mum. The guy tried to grab me as I ran off. Yup! Good thing this kid was smart. I feel like if they had the gut feeling like even like 3 seconds later, they would have been gonesies. Before it was like, don't trust the man in the van. And then it's like, don't trust the woman in the van. And now it's like, you can't even trust a couple in the van. Yo, this world's messed up. A childhood friend of mine came to the house to ask if I could play. Mum said she had a bad feeling and told me not to go. Friend leaves the house and goes down the shorter hill. My parents' house is at the top of a hill with one long, gently sloping hill and one a bit steeper and more curvy. Doesn't stop at the stop sign and gets hit by a car. I still remember hearing the car and hearing his scream. He's alive and healthy. I think he has some stitches but nothing life-threatening. But if Mama Bear didn't have her instinct, I'd have probably been hit or been in a bad spot. Wow. That's crazy. Maybe when you were a kid, when your parents said no sometimes, maybe it was just their gut instincts. Right? I was on a poplar trail that goes along the river through several small towns. I was on a fairly barren part of the trail, about halfway between 2 towns. Tall grass higher than my head on one side, river on the other. I see a man running solo in front of me. I'm a bit faster, so in time I pass him. I notice that he's suddenly keeping pace with me. He's not falling behind as fast as he should. Instead, he's flanking me, just diagonal to me on the riverside. I get a feeling that with one good push, he could have me in the tall grass, and there are no witnesses to see what happened. I give another 10 seconds before I start panicking. Yeah, this doesn't feel right. I whip out my phone and dial 911. I don't push send, but cup the phone in my hand with the screen facing towards him. I otherwise kept running at the same pace, pushing myself to the next town. I noticed within 30 seconds that I don't hear him as close anymore. I give it another 30 seconds, counting in my head, then chance a look. He's gone. A full-on stop to turn around. He's gone. The trail is flat and straight in both directions, as far as the eye can see. Where did he go in a span of a minute? Either the grass or the river. I can only guess that his reaction validates my feelings that he had bad intentions. This is why I don't run with headphones when I'm running alone, and why I don't trust anyone when I'm out on the trails. Smart. She's so smart. She got the 911 ready. And it was facing him while she was running. So basically it's just telling him to not try anything. And the fact that he actually disappeared, yeah, he definitely had bad intentions. Because he just disappeared into the tall grass. Like, who the hell does that? Right? If you had no bad intentions, you would just keep running. But why did he run in the tall grass? I mean, if he wasn't in the grass, then he was in the river. I was maybe 6 or 7 and my dad and I parked at the library to return a book. He said it'd be quick and we could get home, so he left me in the car doors locked, etc. Just about when he was out of view, a guy came to the window and asked me to open the door. I rolled down the window a little and he told me that the car lights were on and to let him in to show me how to turn them off. I don't really know why I didn't. I told him my dad would be back soon and he'd take care of it then, but he kept insisting that I let him in to turn them off, but I wasn't having it. Again, don't know why. I didn't even realize it was a weird situation until I told my dad like 10 minutes later when we were leaving the parking lot, and he swerved over to the side and asked if I could still see him. I didn't, and we left and he got me ice cream because I didn't let a weirdo into the car. That day was a win as far as I know it. That's scary. If they opened the door, the man for sure would have drove off with them in the car. How scary. Oh, man. This just makes me mad, because it's like, you know what though, even though you tell a kid how many times to not, listen to strangers, kids are very easily manipulated. So it just makes me so mad that someone would actually want to do that to a kid. What a world we live in, hey. So sad. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.